Hi everyone, today we are making a baker elf making gingerbread cookies. And look at him, he's taking a lick of it, which he shouldn't be doing, but hey, that's okay. We all did it. We all know we licked that bowl. And of course we're starting with the same things we always start with. That white sheet of paper, it's telling you the size of the paper that I'm going to be working on, but it was hard to see. But that is a 3 by 4 inch sheet of paper. And we are going to start with our elf body. Like all the other bodies, we start with a rounded triangle or a tapered log or whatever you want to call it. And that is his body. And we're going to put his arms on, but only attach them at the top. Because we will be moving them. Now, when you make that indentation, do not cut all the way through. That is just to show that he's wearing pants. And he's going to have green shoes and a green collar. And all of them will be made with the teardrop shape. Now, I put the heel of the shoe the pointy end, but if you want his shoes to be pointed at the tips, just reverse it and put the pointy end facing out. Now we're going to do the collar. And if I sound a little off right now, I've got a bit of a headache. I think it's a sinus headache, or it's just my eyes. Sometimes they just give me a headache. But we'll get past that. When I'm done with the video, I will take a couple of aspirin and I'll be good to go. So, next, of course, he is a baker, so he has to wear an apron. So there you see, you just follow along with me. I'm sure I don't have to tell you, roll out this, roll out that. You can watch it and see what I'm doing. Now for the apron, you want to flatten it and make it fairly thin. You don't want a big fat apron on there. And he is Santa's helper in the kitchen. And this is his sack of flour, and he has it sitting on the floor next to him. And just make a square and just pinch out a little indentation there so it looks like it's an open bag. You can make it flour, you can make it sugar, anything you want. And now he has to have his bowl. And just shape it out with the end of your knitting needle, the end of your paintbrush, whatever. And I'm just taking a little bit of the candy cane rope and I'm going to use that to decorate the bowl. We don't want him to have just a plain old white bowl. It has to be a Christmassy looking bowl. And just press it on. And of course, again, you could do it any way you want. You don't have to do that. I know you're tired of me saying you can do it any way you want, but I never know if there are new people watching, so I just want to let them know. Put your own spin on it. Do it the way you want it. You don't have to do it exactly the way I do. And his head. We're going to do his hands. And of course, he has to have a chef's hat, so make a square, stick it on his head. Make sure you press it on really well. And we're going to do the hook at this point so that we don't squish any other details. Just a few indentations in the hat. Now he's not standing on anything at the bottom, so if you want to personalize him, I would put the name right there on the brim of the hat and maybe the year on the back. But you know, not every ornament needs to be personalized. And here we're making his ears, and they're teardrop shapes. Oh, I didn't like that one. So let's do it over. And you know, I've told you, if you do something wrong with polymer clay, it's so forgiving, just do it over. And a little piece for his nose. And usually I say you can paint the mouth on, but I think on this one you want to use the needle tool and just open his mouth up a little bit because he is sticking that spoon in his mouth. And now we're making a wooden spoon. This is supposed to be a wooden spoon. It reminds me of my mother's wooden spoon. She always threatened us with that wooden spoon when we were bad, but not once did she ever hit us with it. I guess it was just the threat that scared us. I believe I still have that wooden spoon. And there we go. We're going to make a little indentation in the spoon. There he goes. Put his hand on, and now we're going to use the brown. And you can use a little lighter brown. I use a rather dark brown, but this is your dough. This is your gingerbread dough. Oh gosh, my mom made the best gingerbread cookies, and I just cannot get mine. Even though I follow her recipe, I cannot get mine to taste like hers. Oh, she just had the magic touch when it came to cooking and baking, and I certainly did not get that. Now we're going to put a little bit into his mouth so it looks like he's sticking the spoon in his mouth. He's licking it. And of course, my holly leaves and berries. This was a quick, oh, excuse me. This was a quick ornament. Again, I guess I say that all the time. And of course, we must blush before we bake. And bake him, as always, according to the instructions on your package of clay. Sorry, I wasn't a little more lively this time, but I just, you know how it is when you have a headache. But there he is. I like him. I hope you like him too. And that is it. I'll see you later, everybody. Bye.